Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of my Honor of Kings videos, and in this video I'm going to be doing another hero tutorial, and we're going to be looking at the support MING. So a lot of people obviously know about MING. If you are really high rank or a really high peak, you know that MING is incredibly obnoxious. A lot of ADC players love playing with MINGs or MING players, and just know that it is just super annoying for your ADC to play against a MING plus ADC the whole game. But in this video, I will exactly show you why he is so strong and how you can take advantage of his kit, and also how I think about him and some things hopefully teach you some things that you don't really know. But I'm going to be first showing off my build. I'm actually also the third in NA using MING, so I've played a lot of games on this hero, and that's why I know for sure that the best build is just going straight magic attack. And it is super annoying to go against a full magic attack MING because he does a lot of true damage and he can provide a lot of healing. And that's why I think it's just the reason why you play MING is so you can keep your ADC alive or keep whoever your hyper carry is alive, and just basically sustain them as long as they can. And that's why I think full magic is way better than going defense, like complete full defense, going building tank. Like, I don't think that those builds are good. And then you also see people going hybrid. I think hybrid is also situational. I think that one works in some cases and sometimes it doesn't. But full magic attack, I think, is the way to go with this hero. So obviously, I build Savage Wrath first, basically first item. And after that, you can basically build anything. Sometimes you can just build this item if you want, or you can just go Splendor if you're really far ahead and you want to make sure that you don't die, or you can build a little more tanky on the tankier side and just go Dominate. So that's what I do for that. And for Arcana, I basically go Fate, Saint, Harmony, and Void. This is just the best mix, but I mean, I think with Arcana, there are some people that go 5 or 10 of these magical attacks. I think it's good, but I think that it is it's good to be a little tanky, or at least have a little more max health, so you don't actually get one shot. And in terms of skills that you can go Heal, Purify, or Flash. Because in this game, Heal, Purify, and Flash all have the same 2-minute cooldown, I think that Flash is you can't beat Flash. Obviously, there are sometimes when you want to go Heal, protect your hyper carry as much as you can. But the thing with Heal is that I feel like if you're gonna get one shot by like a MING or a Mai, like, there's honestly no point in going Heal. And it's just, instead of dying with them, if you have Flash, you can just save yourself. And obviously, Purify is situational. If you're against like a Hoi or someone with a lot of CC or hard CC, Purify is probably good. But sometimes Flash cannot go wrong. So now for the ranked hero gameplay part of this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you basically the whole match, no parts being cut out, everything that I'm basically doing from the start until the end of the game. And this is obviously a really high ranked lobby. I think these are like top 5 ranked players right now in North America, and this is going to be should be a fun game. And also, unfortunately, there is no game audio for this. I realized that there was some issue, and then just can't get it back. So now this is just going to be my voice and the music, which I hope it's not that bad. But right off the bat, I know that I hit myself, so then I could try to surprise and just poke right away with my passive, but that didn't obviously happen. But I knew that basically the ADC didn't show for a second, so I was wondering where he's going to be. And usually when you don't see ADC for like 2 seconds after the waves crash, the enemy is probably taking the jungle first, and he did. Even though I didn't secure it, I did. Sometimes you actually do, and it's really good if you do, obviously. But with this hero, you just want to take advantage of every single time you have your passive up. You just want to be as annoying as possible. And as soon as we cleared really fast, so there's really nothing else for us to do. But instead of taking or sharing mid XP, we decided to stay in the same lane. But there's something that people might not usually know is that if you see this, the first ability when you are attached to your teammate, anything that's in between actually takes damage too. I don't know if you guys realize this, but you see that these minions are also taking damage anytime you're walking in front of it, essentially. But I think that's something to keep in mind. It's obviously really little damage, but it's something that just it can help clear wave, and also anytime your ADC is like or someone's taking a buff, just make sure that you're not, staying right there. So, and you might accidentally steal it. That's obviously one of the biggest things that you want to be careful of. So this is a really good game for my teammates. They did a really good job, and now we're able to, before 4 minutes, the waves, the gold lane waves, they're worth more gold, and the XP lanes, they're worth more XP. And right here, the ADC, enemy ADC, lost that whole wave, and that's really, really good for our ADC because now we're able to just play to get farther and farther ahead. Because remember, this game we're playing only for the ADC. Everything that you do is going to be for the ADC. Okay, so now we're able to actually push this wave together, and we're going to be able to walk up to. And I also just got ultimate off this wave, and now instead of oh, and I maxed my second ability. I know there's a lot of people that max their first ability, but if you actually go to the hero page, I think that you just get way more value by maxing your second ability instead of your first ability. So I think when you, for example, I know that when you max your first ability, um, you it only increases the magic attack or your own magic attack, and I don't think that that is like a game. It's not game changing because it's just like it's not even like a lot of magic attack, I think, in my opinion. But when you actually max your second ability, the when you know how when you link to someone or the enemy, you reduce their either magical and physical defense by 15% when it's like level 1. But when it's maxed out, fully maxed out, you end up reducing 30%, which is basically twice as what you would level 1. And I think that that just has so much more value. Obviously here, nothing I could have done there, even with heal. Like just even if I had ultimate, definitely nothing I could have done. And regardless, back to my point, I think maxing second ability is a lot better than you get a lot more value than maxing your first ability. There are obviously some times when you want to max first ability. It's very, very rare, and I rarely ever max my first ability. But a lot of people do still max their first ability, but I prefer maxing my second ability. So obviously here enemies are very overextended, so I think that it's going to be a pretty easy gank, and I don't want to use my ult unless I have to. Usually I want to use my ult to either secure enemy kill if it seems like no one else can kill them, or I use it to just heal. Most of the times you just want to be using your ultimate just for the heal. Not sometimes you're afraid you want to get the most value by doing the true damage and also doing like the healing, but like sometimes you just don't have time for that. Sometimes you just have to use healing as fast as you can because before your ADC or whoever gets one shot. So right here, I'm watching the map and I think, okay, I think I can kill this guy if my ADC can't kill him. And I am actually, people don't expect, but people usually don't expect that you can use Ming really aggressively. And exactly what I just did right there just shows that, like, even if the lane had a lot of shield or barrier, just remember that your ult does true damage, so it goes through the whole thing. So there's a lot of people in top lane, so instead of going and trying to defending that, we're just going to be pushing mid and trading that, which is a lot more value for us. But in terms of this game and how this game is going, our main carry is our ADC, and our ADC is getting really, really fed. About 300 more gold than the enemy ADC, so this game is going pretty well so far. And now I know that I want to protect my ADC as much as I can, and I want to make sure that she does not get one shot. But obviously it's really hard when you're against a Jing. So right here, obviously we don't see anyone on the map, so we want to be a little careful with what we do. And now that we see two of them top, we still don't know where Jing is. We don't know where the mid laner is, and that's why we do have to play a little cautious. So purple here is free though, and we're able to now right here they might be on the left side, or they might be clearing jungle right now, but we don't see any of them on the map. So but that's why we're staying closer to the right side, and I'm just checking all these bushes as I go along, and we see two of them down here, and perhaps that we could catch one of them off. And I see Jing in mid, so that's why I knew that I didn't have to walk the same way as my ADC. I didn't think that anyone would kill her. and I was able to actually catch the lady. I used my ult because my Mai wasn't able to kill, or I don't think so at least. So right here, my ADC is taking the red buff, but obviously in this whole game, you never see the ADC stop farming. That's what a lot of ADCs they struggle to do. There's sometimes when they just want to play for the kills or stuff, but they need to never stop farming. Whether it's jungle, pushing towers, or minions, they just can never stop farming. Kills are not that much value to ADCs, at least until And plus, ADCs should focus on getting a lot of gold in their pockets and clearing, making sure that anytime there's gold on the map, they should be clearing that. So this game is still, because our ADC is not super fed, it's not obviously like completely over, but I am pretty much being really annoying, and I'm getting vision and I'm checking all these bushes, and now, this is really something that's neat. You can obviously use this to hold or check what is in the bushes, whether that's an enemy hero or also even like minions or jungle creeps or buffs. So we don't have to like walk in the bush to check it or anything. Or you don't have to walk in the bush to like hold the buff there or anything, because we're able to basically the ADC was able to hit it for free. But now I still want to follow my ADC. So I want to make when you're playing Ming, you want to make the game as easy as possible for your ADC so that you can just farm and focus on farming. And after they're really farmed up, they can just completely carry the game. So it's really easy strategy-wise to play this hero. Obviously, execution, it's a little bit more tricky because sometimes the enemies know that if they leave you alone and let ADC just free farm, it's gonna get really hard. So ADC always has to be cautious of bushes and areas where they don't have vision. So right here, enemies are playing really careful. We see two of them walking top, so now we think that we still don't know where Jin is though. So anytime, the only person that can one-shot anyone, one-shot AC is onto the Jin, right? So we always need to have vision on them, and now that we have vision on them, now it's the game. We can just keep walking, and obviously we're funneling a lot of our buffs and resources into our AC because that is our win condition of this game. So we see that the blue buff is spawning, and we've just cleared mid wave, so they still have to clear mid wave, and we also cleared bot wave. So now we're trying to hopefully we can get this, and we are actually even able to kill Jing, and we see two of them at top and three of them at top. So now we're just going to keep pushing bot lane, and this is a really smart choice because we're able, even if they kept pushing top, we can honestly just play to trade towers. And just to note, the build that I went in this game, I went hybrid, and it's because the enemies are basically full dive, right? They have Jing, they have Elaine, they have Marco, but I probably, even if I went full magic, it probably would have been just as good. And so right here, I remember that your purpose is to just sustain your ADC as long as you can. ADC is still alive, so this is still good. Still getting a lot of value, and as long as the ADC is up, it's still farming, like the game is not over yet. So now we have two waves pushing in, and this is a free purple Lord, so we're able to get this. Now, we're back to farming. Our ADC is making sure that she is not falling behind in gold, and just make sure that all the resources are onto her, and just make sure it's getting items. And this game is pretty, it's pretty easy. It's not hard to play Ming with an ADC, not at all. Especially when you're playing the Ming with your ADC, you just have to make sure that your ADC is good enough. But right here, I know that the Jing is guaranteed going to be dead, so I just want to stay around here and just make sure that no one's gonna, close this gap when they're diving Jing under tower. So like I said, I'm still playing with the Lady Sun, and just never forget that who you are playing for. In this game, the Lady Sun does a great job of just knowing basically that she just has to farm and push. And anytime that the enemy's coming to us, or if it's a free kill, we can kill. but most of this game is just basically just killing or pushing or farming, not killing. So right here, after the Lady Sun dashes in, basically they use all their resources, and I probably could have predicted it better by using shield earlier, but I think that after they used the Marco ult and the Jane combo, there's no way that Lady Sun was going to live that. But right here, I think that he did dodge my ultimate, but we do get mid inhib off of this. And usually with the first 10-minute Lord, I want to make sure that we get all the tier 2 towers and play for jungle. But if we can get inhib, obviously it's it's really good. But there's sometimes when you just can't. So right here, this is probably the reason why Ming is really annoying. Like, just never forget that your second ability does damage, and it's a really little damage, but sometimes when the enemy's already low, it actually could finish them off. A lot of people think that just because they're support, they can't really carry on the Ming, they can't really be, they can't really finish people off, but in reality, you actually can. The true damage is a lot with your ultimate, and the way your second ability, when it ticks people, it does also start doing a little bit of damage. So now that we see Jing's top lane and two of them here, we're able to walk safely, and I'm also obviously checking for my ADC still, and I don't know where Jing is now. Jing just revealed herself, and right here I first waited off to see if Mai would be able to kill, but obviously after she used her fan, I just finished it off and killed her with my ultimate. But a lot of times I try to save my ultimate to just use it to heal my ADC, but there are some times when if you can finish someone off, then you can just finish them off. But you try not to kill steal, basically is what I'm trying to say. This fight is pretty straightforward. It's really easy for us because we're so far ahead, and we're able to actually close this game out right here in 14 minutes. So that will be the end of this hero tutorial. I hope you learned something today, and I hope that you play this hero because it's really, really strong. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and if you have any suggestions or heroes you want to see next time, please also comment down below. Alright, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.